All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yerusha, Dumble, honest to the elders and apostles of GMS well, Shalom to the elect. The other day, people were, celebrating a birthday, whatnot, and I just so happened to be around it, and this is why the scriptures say to come out of the world, and it talks about how you're supposed to be around people who are evenly yoked. Let's get this. Let's get that scripture. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness? And what concord have Christ with Belial? And what part have he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement have the temple of Yahweh with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as Yahweh hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. See, these people, Jake, are a bunch of heathens, man. They're a bunch of Christians. They love to eat their little chicken feet with their little chitlins, and their little pork cutlets, and when you're around them and you see them behave like this, it causes you great annoyance, and I've tried to help people because as you care about people and you try to help them, but it's like spitting in the wind, it's like spitting in the sea. It doesn't really make a difference. All it does is just annoy you, and when you're around people like that, they're full of demons, and it talks about demons trying to come on you. Where is it? See, this is how them demons. I'm gonna start Matthew. This is Matthew 12. I'm gonna start 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house, which is your temple, which is you, from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. While he yet talked to the people, and behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. Let's just finish this. Let's see. Desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. This is why you're not supposed to be around, these people of the world, which are literal walking demons. But these people don't understand now. And the thing is, when you're around them, the demons that are on them try to jump on you because you're trying to clean up your temple. They'll be smoking weed around you, eating pork around you, just being complete frigging demons. I had somebody tell me, and you know, I watch the videos. You know, I read the scriptures. You know, damn near every day. You know, it would be a rare day I don't read the scriptures. You know, and usually if I don't read the scriptures on that rare day, it's because I was doing something that I weren't really supposed to be doing. Not like I'm breaking a law, but you know, you're trying to help people or whatever. It takes you away from what you're supposed to be doing. You know, because when you take pity on these people, you're being around people who are not, you know, equally yoked to you. They're not trying to. They're not trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And the thing is, when you're trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, people think you're being holier than thou when you're just trying to follow what the Lord said. But these people don't perceive that because they're a bunch of literal walking demons. You know, if you, I'll Google this. Is eating pork allowed in Christianity? This is what Google says. Can Christians eat pork? Yes, Christians can eat pork. Jesus declared all foods clean in Mark 7:19. Now let's see Mark 7:19. God, these people are demons. They'll say anything to justify their disgusting reprobate behavior. This is Mark 7:19. Because it entereth not into his heart, but into his belly, and goeth out in a draught, purging all meats. And what's these meats? Is it talking about literal meats? No, it's not talking about literal meats. It's talking about philosophy. You know, it's talking about your thoughts. You know what enters what enters into your heart. And let me just read this. And he said, which come out of a man that defileth him from within, out of the heart of man proceedeth evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetous. So this isn't talking about, you know, actual meats. It's talking about, you know, the thoughts of man, the thoughts and actions of man. Because at the end of the day, you know, the Lord came to fulfill the law, not to disavow it. Let's get Matthew 5:19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So why is it that, you know, the Lord said not to eat pork, and then all of a sudden he's telling you to eat pork? And they're talking about meats, purging all meats, which is, you know, these philosophies and the thoughts of man. Because he then proceeds to talk about, you know, what people go through, their emotions. He's not talking about actual food. You know, the reason why it's an unclean thing is because it was designed to basically clean the earth. You know, you're not meant to eat it. It's meant to eat trash. You don't then turn around and eat the trash, which makes no sense. But these people, they what does the Bible say about eating pork? You may eat any animal that has a split hoof completely divided and that chews the cud, and a pig, though he has a split hoof completely divided, does not chew the cud. It is unclean for you. You must not eat their meat or touch their carcasses. They are unclean to you. And this is the NIV. So then, where did Yahushua say you can eat pork? He doesn't say that, because it says right there in Leviticus that you're not supposed to, because it's unclean. And it goes into why it's unclean. He has a split hoof, but it doesn't chew the cud. It's not a ruminating animal, you know. And you know, Yahushua coming back, he didn't make it a ruminating animal. And these people like to celebrate Christians. And let's look into the celebration of birthdays real quick, because they like to celebrate their birthdays. There is nothing in the scripture that forbids it, nor is there any reason why celebrating birthdays should be considered unwise. Christians should feel free to celebrate their birthday in a God-glorifying way. Now, how can you glorify, you know, Yahweh by celebrating your birthday when it says, you know, what communion does light have with darkness? Because celebrating your birthday is an act of of darkness and adultery. Psalms 18, John 1, 2, and many more that encourage and inspire on the birthday. Happy birthday wish can be much more than this is just this is just absolute bullcrap, man. And I went into the original birthdays, and this is right here. Where did celebrating birthdays originate from? They all started with the Egyptians. Scholars who study the Bible say that the earliest mention of a birthday was around 3000 BCE and was in reference to a pharaoh's birthday, but further study implies that this was not their birth into the world, but their birth as a god. Do I need to say any more than that? Need I say any more than that? And this is Matthew 13:13. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. So even the Lord can speak to them, but they're not going to understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. See, they can read the scriptures and they're not going to perceive it. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are full of hearing. Their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. You people ain't trying to hear nothing that goes against, Esau telling them what they want to do, bruv. They just want to do whatever the hell they want to do because they're reprobates and they have a bunch of reprobate spirits on them because they love to eat that pork, which is just unclean. It just puts a whole bunch of demons on them, and they love to celebrate, birthdays, which is like you're praying to another god, so you're just putting more demons on yourself. Everything that these people do, they're putting more demons on themselves, and you think, it's like your house being messy. When your house is messy, you can't find nothing, When your house is clean, it's easy to find things. When your house is clean, when your house is messy, you can't find nothing. This is why a lot of these people are dirty and love to live in dirt and trash, because they're just dirty and full of demons. It's just a physical manifestation of their inward. So how the hell are they going to understand anything when they can't see nothing? You can't find nothing. These people are demons, pure demons. Jeremiah 10:2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. And these people, they're dismayed at the fact that this society is crumbling. To them, they believe that this society is going to keep going. And I'll continue third. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. And that's Christmas, that's their birthdays, that's them eating pork. They think all of this stuff is cool and the Bible allows it, even though it clearly says so. But they can read the Bible and they're not going to understand it because they're full of demons. They can't see their way. They can't see the tree through the forest, man. Psalms 106:3-5. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their ways, and they said that idol worship, there's nothing more than idol worship than self worship. It says right there, it started as a pharaoh celebrating his birth as a god. There's only one power. So what's that? That's idol worship. You're worshiping yourself on your birthday. A birthday is literally you worshiping yourself. You're idolizing yourself, which were snare unto them. Yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. These people are bugged out. I just helped some Jake, because he needed his car broke down, and me, like a hero, I gave him some money to fix his car, and I see this damn demon give his child money on their birthday. So you're saying you need money for helping your car, and you're giving money to your daughter on your birthday. This is how demonic these people are, man. They got no friggin' respect, man. You help them, and all they do is turn around and spit in your face. And yeah, it's a great personal annoyance to me, but at the end of the day, it's my fault, because I chose to be around a bunch of demons. And what they tried to do, they tried to put their demons on me, because I didn't want to smoke or anything like that, but I wanted to do something that I know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua would not be happy with, And you just have to separate yourself from these people, because these people, it's like they want to take you out of yourself. They want you to be just like them, so they feel good about themselves, because them being around you, it annoys them on some level, because they're full of damn demons. You know, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honest, the elders and apostles, James, well, Shalom, to the elect.